Hi guys, and welcome to your daily tarot reading for Sunday the 10th of June. It's really nice to be with you today. I'm using the Games of Thrones tarot again for today's reading. Let's have a look at what the cards want you to be aware of. We have the Ace of Coins, we have the Eight of Spears, and we have the Page of Coins. Interesting. Okay. The Ace of Coins is a gift from the universe when it comes to your financial circumstances. In the story of Games of Thrones, this coin is the coin of the faceless men. So it's these kind of assassins who can change their appearance, and they are really the physical embodiment of transforming your physical circumstances, because you can really adopt any face and be any person you like. So the Ace of Coins gives you that kind of power to really make changes in your physical, practical, day-to-day circumstances. And you know what's interesting is that in the last couple of readings and for the last couple of weeks, we've often had the Knight of Coins crop up. And the Knight of Coins is about transitioning and changing your life circumstances, and he does it in an extreme way. He either procrastinates and then he snaps, and then it's about taking action that's really extreme. Now, rather than it being extreme, the ace is the purest form of that energy of coins, of earth. It's the ace, the ace is the top card of any kind of suit of deck, and it's the number one card. So it's something that's positive and that overpowers pretty much all of the other cards. So you also have an amazing connection with nature today. Just going for a walk in the forest is really going to ground you. It's going to make you feel like there's a weight that's off your shoulders, and it's about just kind of exhaling, letting go, walking in nature, kind of getting out of your head, I would say, a little bit, and getting more grounded and getting more in touch with your hands and your legs and your body and doing something with your body. I think this is a real blessing today, that even if you don't feel well a lot of the time, that today the Ace of Coins really affects people in terms of their physical health. So if you have chronic pain, with this energy today, it will be mitigated to some extent. The next card is the Eight of Spears, and the Eight of Spears is news coming in. We also have a raven there just to clarify the point. It's about communication, it's about news coming in really quickly, and it's the suit of spears, which is wands in the regular tarot. So in terms of your thinking and in terms of the way communication is going, it's going to be really quick, and there's a lot going on, and there's the potential to really make this a real work day, and to really be on your emails all day, to shoot off emails, to receive emails. Loads of people are going to be working. The scene here is three people getting ready to make plans for a battle, to start a war. So this is about coming together to make plans and to deliver things which are going to have an effect, and then they're going to have further on ripple effects, and the news are going to spread throughout the world. So what's interesting is that we've got the Page of Coins here, and we've got the Ace of Coins. So this is really the center of the reading. So this is what the energy is really about. But what I really think you're gonna get a lot further if you take this out of the equation and you focus on these two things, because these two things are a gift. Whereas this is communication, it's stress, it's arguments, it's getting other people to see your side of things. It's really presenting and arguing your case. It's really planning something. It's working with other people, with all the conflict that comes along with that. And it's about work and action and sharing ideas. Finally, the Page of Coins. Page of Coins is a young, inexperienced man who's dealing with money, or he's dealing with his physical circumstances, or his daily routine, or his health, or anything that has to do with coins. Coins is pentacles, it's discs, and it's the element of earth, same as this. So there's an opportunity here today to learn something about your everyday life. He's being thrown a little bag of gold, so the universe is throwing him a bag of gold for him to do with as he pleases, and that way he's going to understand the value of money. He's going to understand how you can fritter away your money frivolously, and you can also understand what it means to save and to see interest build, although for the last decade I think putting money in a bank hasn't given us any interest. So the page always becomes the knight, and then he becomes the king. So it's about someone who's learning how to deal with their everyday life. So think of this as an 18-year-old who's just left school. He's done an apprenticeship in horticulture, and he's now setting out to do work as a gardener. Okay, so he starts getting his first paycheck, and for the first couple of weeks he decides, because he's now out of the house, he's got a flat from the council or whatever, or he's renting privately, and he's got freedom for the first time, so he decides to spend his money on booze for the first week and the second week, and then he starts to realize, well, I want to do up the flat a little bit, and then he learns that you can use his money for productive things, and start buying pictures and save up for a couch or a TV or whatever it is you want. It's someone who's learning to be responsible with money. At the same time, you have the Ace of Coins, a blessing, a gift from the universe when it comes to your money, and when it comes to your physical health, and when it comes to your daily routine. That means you can change your identity about the way your physical world looks. And that's been a theme that has been going on over and over and over and over again. This is the time of year to make changes to your physical circumstances. The only thing that stands in the way of that is conflict and communication and lots of external news that you have to deal with, when the reality is that this is something that really should be ignored. And this is something that you ought to focus on, because that's going to give you personal power to make changes in your life. And it's amazing. This deck is actually really great because it takes a very rich story and it adds it to the tarot, so it adds a whole nother dimension. This transformative nature, being able to change your body completely, is such a wonderful metaphor for you becoming a whole other person through what it is you learn about what you want in your daily routine. Do you want to work every day, or do you want to find an alternative way of living? Do you want to commute and drive around a lot, or do you want to work from home? Do you want to stay at home? Do you want to become the most beautiful woman or man in the world? Or do you want to really focus on getting in good shape and getting in good health? Are you looking to work towards being someone who's financially responsible and who saves money and who has the deposit then to put down money for a mortgage and to get a house and to do all of that? We're all different. You're going to have certain priorities. I'm going to have certain priorities. But Earth affects a lot of these things. So if any of those areas interest you, today get out your Walder Frey mask and put it on and become a whole different person, which is going to lead you to really, be a different person in terms of the way your life looks. Your life looks the way it does now because of past decisions you've made. Today is a day where you can make personal decisions about money and your future and about your health and your looks and your day-to-day circumstances. So focus on that, and don't let the emails and the arguments and all of the nonsensical stuff derail you, because you really have the potential to grow here as someone who's in charge of their own life and who really understands their own identity. If you understand that I want to be a soldier, I have a passion for my country, I want to fight for my country, I want to defend this country, and I'm good with my body, I have good reflexes, I'm able to fight. So I'm going to become a soldier and I'm really going to do that. And that's who I am. That's who I want to be. There are so many other things you can be. You can be a healer. You can be a mystic. You can be someone who's a fashion designer. You can be an economist. You can be an expert in the healing of pancreatic cancer. You can be anything that you want. And today, it's almost like you get a free meditation session just by walking out in nature, and the trees or the shrubs or the sunlight whispers to you, Annette, you're meant to actually transform into this kind of person, and I'm giving you the information today. And you can only hear that voice if Annette isn't busy yelling at her sister for trying to stir the pot and start a lot of trouble. And it's about going inward and being an introvert today rather than an extrovert, and letting go of the thinking as well. Each one of these swords represents an idea, a thought, a plan for the future. Maybe I want Ace of Coins if you connected with this. I want to become the head of a CEO and I want my own business. I want to be in great shape. I want to be beautiful. I want to work half an hour every day and still make $1 trillion a month. Each one of these is a thought, and it's like, give it a rest already. God, yikes. It's okay. It's Sunday. You're not going to figure everything out. And just rather than let your mind just do a washing machine act on you and just go round and round and round, driving you up the wall, receive the gift that you're being given. It may seem small. It may seem big. It may seem useless. It may seem, well, that's not much of an inspiration because I don't want to do that. Like if you're walking through the forest, Annette, and she gets the message, you really ought to be cutting down on the white flour because that's not good in your body. The place you're living is too dusty and you have kind of dust allergies, and that's making you feel lethargic. And work-wise, it would be much better if you actually worked independently as a therapist or as a communicative healer rather than being a telemarketer. And Annette may say, well, that's a lot, and I don't want to make all those changes all at once, and it's overwhelming, and thank you for the info, but I can't change all that. I don't have the power. So I'm going to shelve that. That's okay, because, if you want to change your whole life around, you can do all things at once. You can pack a suitcase, just walk out of your life and walk into a new life. That's the interesting thing that this reminded me of that I forgot to mention. There was a guy a couple of years ago who sold his life on eBay. He says, you can have my life, you can become me for, I think it was $1 million. And the person who then bought the identity, in theory, I don't think it worked out. I don't think the sale ever went through. But the theory was that person would then have the other guy's friends and the wife and the children and the motorbikes and the job and everything. You'd walk into someone else's life. And that's what you can do today. You can, on eBay, for 50 pence or 5 gold pieces, you can transform into a whole nother person. But you've got to let the outside negativity not prevent you and distract you. It's a great day. The other thing I was saying is that if you get these messages and it's too much, don't just dismiss them. Please make a list of them and then do one thing at a time. I think the example I gave was stop working as a telemarketer and start working as a communicative healer. Okay, fine. So you're still going to have to go to the telemarketing job. If you decide to be a psychologist, start taking a night class in psychology, qualify, become a psychologist, start working on the side, and transition out of your telemarketing job. But that doesn't get done in one day. You have to have a little bit of patience here. And this is not patience. This is, I want things done now. Instant gratification, and that's another thing you have to kind of just give it a rest. Give it a rest today. Take a walk. Just let things come in, and really don't get involved in any conflict or something that really distracts you from focusing on your identity, your nature. That's the gift. Ace is 1 and 9, and I'm sorry. So let me start again. The ace is 1 and 8 is 9. And this is another one, so that's 10. 10 becomes 1 in numerology, and 1 is the vibration of leadership, doing things independently and taking the initiative to get things done. The first card of the tarot as well is the Magician, so it's listening to your divine guidance and accepting the gifts it gives you, and then taking action on those things to create a magical life for yourself. So go for it today. Have a great day. If you would like a private reading with me, then please get in touch via my website. It's gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order your reading. I use astrology, tarot, and numerology in my private readings. The astrology chart gives me a blueprint of your soul, shows me what your talents are when it comes to work, what your life purpose is, where you've been in past lifetimes, what the things are you have to overcome, where the ego tries to sabotage you and whispers in your ear, you're no good, you're blah, blah, blah. And really what's destined for you, what's kind of written on your forehead in terms of you will be with a soulmate forever. That's just part of your destiny, or money isn't going to be a problem. And I can also answer specific questions. So is David the right guy for me? Or when are my finances going to pick up? So if you have any questions at all, please get in touch via the website, gregoryscott.com. Click on the readings tab to order. Please remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel. And I think this is the longest ever reading I've made. So I need to watch the length of these daily tarots. They're getting longer and longer and longer. So have a great day, and I'll speak to you tomorrow.